Let's talk about men who prefer their women natural. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. I have been counseling men and women who have been victims and perpetrators of abuse for many years now. And I had a comment or question, which a lot of you seem to want to have a discussion about that. It says, hello, Dr. Natalie. I'm usually a silent follower, but I wanted to ask your opinion on men who hate makeup, hair extensions, fake nails, and put a lot of emphasis on how they like their women natural. And she goes on to say that, they tend to try to want to convince women not to wear makeup and just look as plain as possible, essentially. So my thoughts on it are this, right? Men and women can like whatever they like, and that's fine. So if you prefer to have a woman that's natural, that maybe looks like, Laura Ingalls from Little House on the Prairie, that's your prerogative. If you prefer to have a woman that looks like Grace Jones, that's your prerogative, and everything in between, right? But that's not the real issue. The issue is that, at least from where I think that you're coming from, I think the issue becomes when a man gets with a woman who is very high maintenance or very into self-maintenance. So going to the spa, getting her hair done, getting her nails done, wearing makeup, spending, 30, 45 minutes doing her face beat, right? And then her man or the person that she's dating sort of telling her, hey, don't put so much makeup on, or I prefer it when you don't wear makeup, or I prefer it when you don't get all dressed up and you just wear a t-shirt. I think the issue becomes then because what you're trying to do, I think the issue is that there's a couple of different things that could be going on here. One, you're trying to control a woman, and so if you like low maintenance women or women who don't wear a lot of makeup and are natural, such as myself, like I don't wear a lot of makeup, other than lip color, I don't wear makeup at all, right? Essentially. But that's not what you really want. What you want to do is you want to take a woman that is very high maintenance and try to control her and make it so that she doesn't attract attention. So you want to strip her confidence away, strip the things that she enjoys away from her. So I think that's where issue number one is. You're trying to directly tell her to do everything that she's used to doing and that she enjoys doing. And part of the reason why you are attracted to her away, you're trying to strip those things away. So that can be seen as control. Number two, if you want a woman that is low maintenance, right, that doesn't wear makeup and all those things, there's a billion plus women out there that don't do those things. That is, you have ample opportunities to go out and get women like that, and that's who you should have selected to be with if that was your preference. So is it really about liking or preferring women who don't wear makeup as opposed to trying to groom, brainwash, and gaslight women who are high maintenance? It's not necessarily true, because you could have gone out and simply chosen a woman that doesn't do those things. Number three, another issue is women, when men look at women, they kind of look at, how much is it going to cost to be in that relationship? If you're coming from a provider standpoint, from that woman, so if you're coming from the standpoint of like, okay, this is a woman that is high maintenance, so she must like a man that is also high maintenance or is at least willing to support, pay for, contribute to her lifestyle of high maintenance. So the third issue where it could be causing a problem with, I don't want to pay for that anymore. And there's a few different reasons as to why a man would say, I don't want to pay for that. There could be he's got someone else. He's wanting to get someone else. So it's usually somewhere along those lines where he's wanting to sort of divide up his attention, with potential women or people that he wants to pursue. And so therefore, if I can sort of dial down what I'm spending on the woman that I'm maintaining, then that will sort of free me up to go and invest in other things that I feel good about. Fourth, you guys have heard me on my post talk about how men like attention. So a woman that's high maintenance, she looks good on her man's arm, and that's why he chose her, is because she looks good on his arm. However, with a man who is insecure, or with a man who has a woman who is starting to attract more attention, right? That people are commenting on how beautiful she is and this and that he feels like that I'm no longer the star of the show. Like she is actually taking attention away from me, and I can't have that. I'm feeling very jealous. I'm feeling very insecure. And so she needs to not make herself as attractive because, one, she's attracting the attention of other men. Two, she's taking attention away from me. Three, I'm feeling jealous. Four, I'm feeling insecure and I can't keep up with all of the attention that she's getting. And I don't like that because I need to be the star. I need to be the winner. People need to be looking at me for bringing in a great looking woman, but I don't want my woman to outshine me. And so there's where the problem can begin, where it almost starts to feel it is competitive for attention and validation. Like, I don't want you getting more attention than me. I want to be the one that are like that people are looking up to, that people are jealous of and wanting what I have, but not necessarily, I don't want you to outshine me. So you need to dim your light so that you're not outshining me, because I'm getting angry and frustrated. And God damn it, I need some attention. So it can be sort of like that, where he just can't contain himself, and it really becomes more of like a mantram of sorts, where he is literally trying to keep up or one up his woman. And so there's my explanation of why men would want to, take a woman who's high maintenance and try to convince her to, dim her light, be small, and be much less low maintenance, is because I think that last reason I gave, him being in competition, is usually, competition and insecurity, and jealousy is usually the number one reason. Not always, but by and large, that's what I've seen more and more. It's like, I want to keep you all to myself. I don't want anybody to look at you, that kinds of stuff. And, if you get a man who is insecure enough and who's insecure and violent enough, I should say that, the first thing that a man who is very insecure and violent will try and do is attack a woman's appearance. The first thing that insecure men do on the internet, and you can see it in my comments sometimes, is the first thing they do is they attack your appearance. So that's the first thing that they try and do to try to cut you to the white meat, is attack you on your looks. After looks, it's like, you have a man, that kind of stuff. But that's usually coming from a place of self-esteem, poor emotional or low emotional intelligence, and just, wanting to attack a woman in a place where they feel like it hurts so that they can dim her light, and they want to punch down and make her small. Like, follow, and share if this has been helpful. Thank you so much.